There are white letters on a black background with an eleVIVO logo in the bottom right-hand corner. The words say Thriving with Vision Loss with special guest Linsay Lusyne. This is a Zoom-style interview with Michelle sitting on the left wearing a purple shirt and headband, and Lindsay sitting on the right wearing a black V-neck sweater, headphones, and glasses. Hey everyone, welcome to eleVIVO's Thriving with Vision Loss. I'm really glad you're here today. Today we're talking about something that can really bring up a lot of feelings when you're navigating vision loss. Today's topic is travel. The idea causes excitement, nerves, curiosity, abject terror, sometimes all of it at the same time. I'm joined by Linsay Lusyne, an orientation and mobility trainer whose work is all about helping blind and low vision adults take the skills that they've learned and actually use them out in the real world in unfamiliar places where you can grow your confidence and thriving starts to really take shape. This conversation isn't just about going somewhere new, it's about learning how to move through the world and feeling more at home in it. Before I dive in, I want to briefly share what eleVIVO is. eleVIVO supports individuals and families navigating vision loss by helping them find trusted local resources, services, and support all in one place. Whether someone's newly navigating vision loss or adapting to changes over time, eleVIVO helps reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed and makes it easier to figure out what help exists and how to access it. At the same time, eleVIVO is built to scale, so nonprofits, agencies, and government systems can use the same tools to help more people find the right support faster without reinventing the wheel every single time. It's about helping individuals and strengthening the systems meant to support them. If you or someone you care about is navigating vision loss, eleVIVO offers a free 6-month individual trial. You'll find the link below this description. Today, we're going to talk about how the experience of travel fits into the bigger picture of training, independence, and what it really means to move through the world with confidence. So let's jump in. Hey, Lindsay, thank you so much for being here. How are you today?
Hey, Michelle. I am doing great. How are you?
Little cold, but doing quite well. We've had an ice storm on the east coast of the US, so it's kind of yucky, but we're getting through it, one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
So, to start us off, how did you find your way into orientation and mobility, and what led you into guiding blind and low vision travelers in the real world travel environments?
So I actually started about a small decade ago when I started training guide dogs. So it started from a love for dogs, and
Mhm.
being able to train dogs and help people with it seemed like such an incredible thing to do. And
Well,
before that, I actually never been in contact with blind people before. So
mhm.
once I started training dogs and training teams, I really started loving the community and just seeing how everybody is going through life. And from there on, I also studied to become an O&M instructor. And yeah, now I'm helping people to travel.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love dogs. That's like one of my passions. My little black lab is adorable, and it's so much fun. I think dogs bring so much joy to everyone's life.
Oh, they
Um,
truly do.
So, from your perspective as an O&M professional, what's something that people, including the systems and service providers, often misunderstand about blind or low vision people traveling?
A question I get asked a lot from sighted people is, what is the point? What is the point of traveling when you can't see? And in the beginning, I was really annoyed by the question because I was
Mhm.
like, okay, you only go to places to see things. But as this question comes back, oftentimes I think it's pretty genuine,
Mhm.
and I think it's important that we understand that there is more than just one sense.
Mhm.
And also, sighted people, we don't just go to certain destinations to see things, but also to experience cultures, to
Mhm.
try out new foods, to listen to different bird species. There's different smells in the streets. There's another language, another climate. Like, there's so much more to experience than just, hey, go and look at this beautiful site over there. So I find that is always very significant. Is like, it keeps coming back. Like, what is the point? And I notice also in the trips and traveling with blind people that there is a very big point in traveling. Not only does it make you more confident and independent, You also get to learn new cultures, eat new foods, get to know new people, and come home with a bunch of memories and stories to tell to other people.
Well, that's amazing. I love travel. I'm an avid traveler, so I completely get it. And sometimes, especially like going to Paris and, going to the Sorbonne and you smell the curry and,
Mm.
all the Middle Eastern flavors, it's amazing. So I completely get that. So when participants arrive for one of your trips, what are their most common concerns and frustrations that they bring with them? And how do you address those through the way that they experience is designed? How do you make things so that they do figure it out and address their concerns?
Yeah, I think the main concern is definitely when it is one of the first times traveling abroad and you're traveling to a country where you don't speak the language. So oftentimes that is a big concern. Is like, okay, I'm going to arrive in this country. I don't speak the language. I don't know the currency. Like it can be quite overwhelming. So what I try to do is I try to prepare people as much as possible in advance. So making sure, that you already know a couple of words because you want to connect with locals as
Mhm.
well. At the same time, uh, all over the world, a lot of people speak English. Definitely when you get to, the bigger places, capital cities, a lot of English is spoken. But I try to prepare people as much as possible in advance.
Mhm.
And then at the same time, the moment people arrive in the country, we have our guides ready to support them and to welcome them into the country. So we work together with local guides that have had training with working with people with a vision impairment,
Mhm.
and then they also speak the language, they also speak English, they know all the good spots in
Yeah.
the country. And then the moment you arrive, you feel supported and you can get to know your group, your guides, and just have a really awesome time.
And even as a sighted person, I had never traveled with a guide before. And we went to Portugal and we had a local guide for a half of a day. And it was an incredible experience. And just, there were so many things that she showed us that we wouldn't have seen otherwise.
No.
And it's amazing. So, for someone who's new to this kind of experience, what destinations or type of trips work best as the first time? And why is that the case?
Interesting question. It's a question I get sometimes as well. As like, okay, what is the best place to go as a
Mhm.
blind person, Lindsay? And I'm thinking, okay, first of all, it's the place that you're interested in. It could be something that links you to your youth, or somebody said something, or a movie, or you're intrigued by a certain destination. I think that's a good place to go, and we'll make it work. We'll find a way how to make it work. But at the same time, if you're looking at something more easy,
Mhm.
like easy to travel, of course there's countries that are way easier to travel than others.
Mhm.
Is like sticking to more European, or let's say Japan is very easy to
Mhm.
travel as well. And those are destinations that you can choose as well.
Mhm.
But I would suggest, if you're new to travel or traveling abroad, it might be a good idea to join a group first
Mhm.
and then see what that is like. Because, as for instance, the group trips that I organize, you need to get there by yourself. So we set up assistance of the airport,
Mhm.
and then you fly by yourself and we meet up at the destination. So there's already this small part where you have to
Mhm.
do things by yourself and get to the destination
Mhm.
to then join a group, which is a good stepping stone to, maybe, if you have the desire to travel by yourself later on, this could be a good stepping stone.
Mhm.
Or for instance, if you say like, okay, I want to join a group, but I also want to try and travel a little bit on my own, is make a combination of that. It's like
That makes a lot of sense. Kind of get your
travel a
feet
couple of
wet,
days
try it,
earlier. Yeah.
and then go off on your own a little bit and see how that works. So you talk
Yes.
about independent travel. From a training perspective, what does independent travel really look like on one of your trips?
Oh, okay. So independent travel does not mean do everything all by yourself.
Hmm.
Independent travel also means, let's get you the help that you need.
Hmm.
This could be anything. This could be getting a guide in a certain city. This could be um, finding a hotel that offers a lot of support, picks you up at the airport. This could be joining a group for a day,
Mhm.
right? So it does not mean, okay, I'm independent and now I have to do and figure everything out by myself and I don't need anybody's help. No, independent also means reaching out,
Mhm. It
searching,
seems like
okay,
it
how
makes it
can I
more
make it happen?
fun. When you're interacting with people, it's more fun anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's not always easy to do. Definitely
No.
when you're in a country that you don't know and you're not sure
Yeah.
do they speak the language. So I do feel when definitely when setting up an independent trip, there is a lot of planning involved. At the same time, you also want to be flexible, but at the same time, if you have a lot planned and you put all the pieces together of where to go and who can help you with what you want to achieve there,
Mhm.
it really helps. And that is also independence. It does not need
Mhm.
to be you doing everything all by
Yeah.
yourself.
Independence has a lot of versions depending on who you are,
Mhm.
where you're going, and what you're doing.
Exactly.
So I think that's true for sighted people too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
for
there's so many
sure.
different levels of independence. Um, I'm feral. I tend to chew through my leash and off I go, but it's just me. Um,
Yeah.
so how are your groups structured? How big are they, and what kind of skills do people want to have before they sign up?
Yeah. So I like to keep the groups small.
Mhm.
So we have a max, usually our max is like 8 people,
Mhm.
sometimes 10, a little bit depending on what the group looks like
Mhm.
and who is coming on this trip. So let's say a max of 10 so that we have small groups. So it really feels like a group of friends just going for a trip and having a really good time.
Mhm.
and yeah, I find that's pretty important so that everybody can enjoy it and also can pitch in a little bit, right? So it's not, our trips are not always rigid, let's say. There's quite some spare time. There's also time where you can choose optional activities so that you can build your own trip a little bit, and so that you also have a voice. It's not
Mhm.
like, okay, you have to do this and you have to do that. No, not at all. Everybody has a voice and has a place on these trips.
I think I'd want to go with you.
Yeah,
It
you're
sounds like a
welcome to join
lot of
us.
fun. So with your group trips, what destinations do you go to? Where have you gone? And where are you planning to
Yeah.
go?
Oh, great. So in 2026, this is the first full year that we're doing group trips, and we have like a handful of destinations. So the most exciting ones are we're going to Portugal, there's also Spain, Morocco, we're going to Japan, Ecuador, and South Africa. So I'm
Oh,
super excited
wow.
about them.
Wow. Can I just live with you? That
Yeah.
sounds wonderful. Portugal is one of my favorite places in the world, and Morocco is one of those
Oh,
places that I'm dying to go.
yeah.
So, oh wow, that sounds like so much fun. So if anybody wants to go on a trip with Lindsay, I think you need to call her and sign up or email her and sign up because this sounds magnificent. So where's your favorite place to go?
I actually just came back from Portugal to set up the trip together
Hmm.
with Portugal for All Senses, and it was so amazing. I've been in Portugal a couple of times before, but never to Lisbon, so where we're actually gonna have the group trip, and it was incredible. I had such a good time, and like what you said before, being there with locals really makes all the difference. It's like they know where to go and they have the
Uh-huh.
stories and know which food to try and which drinks to
Yeah.
try, and it was such a good cultural immersive experience.
Yeah, I was afraid of bacalhau, and when
Yeah.
I was in Portugal, I had bacalhau, and I think I ate
Mm.
it almost every day after that.
Oh,
It
really?
was so and I was a little afraid to try it, but I
Yeah.
did.
Oh,
So
it's good.
even if you're a little afraid to try something, try a little bite and see if you like it because sometimes it surprises you. It really does. So travel often changes the way that people look at the world. When people return home, what lasting changes do you tend to see in those people, not just in travel, but how they move through their lives?
I feel first of all, traveling really enhances your confidence.
Hmm.
Something about travel, and that is just how it is, and also about life, is you can plan as well as you possibly can. There's always going to be something that didn't go
Yeah.
your way. There's going to be a delay that you might miss something. And I feel when we overcome certain challenges, definitely when you overcome certain challenges in a different country with people you don't know, it really enhances your confidence because you're like, okay, I managed to get through this. I can get through this little hurdle in my daily life as well. And then at the same time, also, the groups that we have are very international. So we have people from Australia, from the UK, the US, but also people from Africa, Thailand, like from anywhere in the world.
Wow.
And the cool thing about that is when we meet up, we can have this conversation about, okay, so how does that go in your country? Oh, okay, this is how it's done there, and this is how we do it. And then we're all together in this country that we have not experienced yet, so we can kind of experience what the accessibility is here or how they do things here. And oftentimes what I've noticed as well is we all have that, we all do that, is because of media and what we hear from people is we get a certain idea of a certain country or a certain group of people. And then once you actually travel there or you meet people from those countries, you can actually build a better sense of what it is like, and far away from media, social media, and what people are talking about.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. I think we need that more and more in our world these days. It seems like the internet brings us closer together, but it also pushes us apart.
Yeah,
And the face-to-face meetings are so important.
it's true.
So finally, what would you say to someone who wants to travel, but feels like it's just not possible because of their vision?
I would say come and check out Vision Loss Travel Community, first of all, because there's so many people on there that do travel and are proving that it is possible. And I can imagine that when you're standing in front of that huge mountain that you need to overcome before you can travel by yourself, there are certain smaller steps that you can take. So maybe you have a certain big dream, and I hope people are dreaming big. You should dream big. It does not mean like you need to get there in the fastest way possible. There's these small steps that you can take, and we can help you with that, and the community can help you and support you with that. So I would say come and join us and just be inspired by other people. If you have questions or stories, like there's lots of people that have traveled before, has stories. We share that also in the community to empower others. And whenever you feel like it, come and join one of our group trips. That's
That
also a
sounds
good idea.
wonderful. It really does. I mean, it sounds like it would be so much fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop links in the description for all of Lindsay's stuff so you can reach out to her, reach out to the Low Vision Travel Group, have a ball with it, and please travel. It's so much fun. I understand if you feel like you can't, but it is so worth it, even though it's scary. So thanks everyone for watching this episode of eleVIVO's Thriving with Low Vision. We talked today with Linsay Lusyne about how immersive travel can serve as applied orientation and mobility training, helping blind people build confidence, independence, and the ability to truly thrive in the real world. If you or someone you care about is navigating vision loss, eleVIVO offers a free 6-month individual trial. You'll find the link below in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, go out there and have the best day ever. Thank you so much, Lindsay. This was great.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for tuning in to our series, Thriving with Vision Loss. If you'd like to learn more about thriving with blindness or low vision, check out elevivo.com/#/free trial for a free 6-month membership for the first 1,000 people who sign up. If you'd like to be featured in an upcoming episode in our Thriving with Vision Loss series, email michelleb@elevivo.com. That is MICHELLB@elevivo.com. The white letters on the black background fade as Circles by Classless Act plays.
make your way to happy. Yeah.